What's troubling, though, is if this is connected, what just happened in Schertz, Texas at midnight at this FedEx plant, that would be a complete change of the modus operandi of this bomber. Up to this point, he's placed things places. But instead, this could be where he was trying to mail something to somebody.
That's
or
right.
It could be a copycat.
That's right. The first few were on people's doorsteps. Authorities were telling us they were not being distributed or sent through the mail. So if you had a shipping label on it, you were okay to pick it up, you were okay to open it. The latest one before this one overnight, it was on the side of the road. Well, that took it to a different level. This one,
because
even
there
though
was a tripwire.
That's right. Even though we're not sure this is even connected, this one happened at a FedEx facility, which means it was sent through the mail. Very scary.
They've already got at least 500 officers. They flooded in last night, 236 interviews. They have over $100,000 in reward money. If they are getting close to this person or these people, we don't know about it. Clearly, this was this area is northeast of San Antonio. So we'll see what happens, because for the longest time it's been these packages have been placed. Now FedEx workers and maybe the U.S. Postal System has to feel, although they are in the line of fire, how are they going to change their procedures today?
Well, apparently, according to one of the local stations down in Texas, the wife of a man who works at the Schertz, Texas FedEx facility was told after this explosion he was not allowed to leave. Clearly, they're trying to figure out what happened. In the meantime, in Washington, D.C., 3 members of the Congressional Black Caucus called Monday for federal officials to classify the bombings as a terrorist attack and determine whether or not they are ideologically or racially motivated. Also, the NAACP has called them acts of domestic terror and called for vigilance and caution for the communities of Austin,
I'm curious to find
Texas.
out what they do. How do they track down someone like this? You know, obviously, we're not bomb experts, but how do they go in and how do they find, do you find out what's in these bombs, what's in these packages, and you track it down to the store? Because this is sick, and this has got to be stopped before it gets even more out of control.
The racial component of this has to be diminished somewhat. In the beginning, he looked and said, I wonder if the color of somebody's skin has something to do with this. But when you have a box that seems to just be on a conveyor belt at a FedEx building, you're not really targeting anyone specifically unless you actually know the shift schedule of the people in that building.
Or perhaps it was intended for, you know, there is a story out there that apparently the package was bound for Austin. We don't know who in Austin was going to be on the receiving end of that particular package.
All right.
So many questions. Were they all connected? Was this one bound for Austin?
Yeah, well, a city often in the list says the top 5 best cities to live in America.
Great music community.
Is right now being paralyzed by what's going on
University
here.
of Texas.
They got a big golf tournament this weekend,
That's right,
and the PGA is working on trying to keep the golfers and also the TV crew and all of the people who are going there safe.